Okay, well, I'm the founder and spiritual leader of the center, so I don't know. I'm sort of having a day. Let us begin. I'm going to start with an opening treatment, but I'd like to use the one from Louise Hay's book, You Can Heal Your Life. This is the course that's starting tomorrow. And so if you haven't signed up, you still can. And let me just share this with you now.
Okay, well, I'm the founder and spiritual leader.
In the infinity of life where I am, all is perfect, whole, and complete. And yet life is ever changing. There's no beginning and no end, only a constant cycling and recycling of substance and experiences. Life is never stuck or static or stale, for each moment is ever new and fresh. I am one with the very power that created me, and this power has given me the power to create my own circumstances. I rejoice in the knowledge that I have the power of my own mind to use in any way I choose. Every moment of life is a new beginning point as we move from the old. This moment is a new point of beginning for me right here and right now. All is well in my world, and so it is. And I'd like to share with you our land acknowledgement. We are honored to be meeting on this land that many First Nation, Inuit, and Métis people from across Turtle Island call home. We acknowledge and thank the original caretakers and knowledge keepers of this territory. We also give thanks to the Indigenous peoples, recorded and unrecorded, who have shared responsibility for this land. Recognizing our ultimate oneness and acknowledging our reality, past and present, we commit to moving forward in a spirit of mutual cooperation, for we are one. Miigwech. Well, tonight, our monthly theme. I'm so excited. Our monthly theme is so great. Awakening into possibility. Don't you love that? Awakening into possibility. And tonight, the talk is the law always says yes. Did you know that? That it always says yes? Not maybe, not possibly, but yes, 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 yes. All right. So, good evening, beloved ones, and welcome. And I'm so grateful that you're here once again, gathered in this sacred space of possibility, connection, and transformation. Tonight, we're exploring a profound spiritual truth. The law always says yes. Not sometimes, not when we're good enough, not when conditions look favorable, always. So the universe is constantly responding to the pattern of consciousness we hold within. So it says yes to our faith and to our fear. It says yes to our joy and to our doubt. See, the law itself does not judge, it does not debate, it simply responds. It's a little bit like your computer. If you put in some questionable program that's, got a virus in it or something, well, you just messed up your whole computer. Now, not because you're bad or the computer's bad, but simply because what was put into it, it immediately responds to its nature, therefore creating a problem. So when we are thinking things, the things that we think about, the things that we believe about life, those are the things that manifest. That's the energy that's moving out into the world. And so it's really important that we pay attention to those thoughts, remembering that the law does not judge, it does not debate, it simply responds. And, this can sound a little unsettling at first, but it is also incredibly empowering. Because if life is responding to our inner yes, then we have the ability to choose what we are consenting to in consciousness. So I want you to think about something. Tonight we ask, What am I saying yes to within myself? What am I saying yes to within myself? Have you ever said, oh, bad things come in threes. I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop. Life sucks. Oh, this is so hard. Everything's so hard. Any of that sound familiar? Yes? No? All of those things, the universe is saying yes. Have you ever, dropped something and went, oh, I'm such an idiot? And the universe says, yes. Wow. So, another question we might think about that might even be a bit better, is more important, is what am I now ready to say yes to instead? If the universe is going to say yes, then what am I putting out? What am I saying? What am I doing that is going to bring that about? Right? Am I thinking about, oh no, what if this happens? What if that happens? All these bad things. Well, what if you win the lottery? What if you have perfect health? What if you fall in love and it's the perfect relation? I mean, what if that happens? The challenge is we do what if to the negative, and that is what the universe says yes to. All right. So here's a little story for you. And it's a simple little story. Imagine you're standing in front of a copy machine. Now, whatever you place on the glass is exactly what gets reproduced. If you put a page down filled with scribbles and confusion and stuff, well, the machine doesn't pause and say, "Are you sure? You sure that's what you want?" No, it simply says yes and prints it. If you place a clean, clear, beautifully written page on the glass, it reproduces that just as faithfully. See, the machine is neutral. It doesn't judge the content. It doesn't decide what is worthy. It simply reflects what has been placed before it. Well, that's how life works. The law of mind, the creative process of the universe, says yes to the image we impress upon it. Say that again. The law of mind, the creative process of the universe, says yes to the image we impress upon it. Now, if we continually place thoughts of lack, fear, criticism, or limitation in the inner glass of mind, life begins to reproduce those patterns. Okay? It's just the flow of life. But when we place clarity, truth, abundance, love, and possibility on the same inner glass, life responds with equal faithfulness. The law always says yes. Now, the question is, what original are we giving it? What original are we giving it? Are we living in that place of fear and doubt and worry? Or are we, awake and aware and excited and delighted about life and sharing, when a negative thought comes in, we're changing it and moving it and going, oh, okay, well, that's there. But you know what? I don't believe that anymore. So let me shift it. Let me create something different. The most important spiritual principle we can remember is that the law responds to consciousness, not preference. It responds to what we habitually embody. Now, sometimes we say we want things outwardly, but inwardly we're holding something very different. We might be going, I want a new car. I'd love a new car. Here's the car I want. Oh, it's so beautiful. But inside we're going, oh crap, I can't afford that. Man, there's no way that, right? Anybody ever do that? So let's say we want peace. I want peace. But internally, we keep saying yes to worry. We'll sit back and say, I want abundance. But inwardly, we keep saying yes to scarcity thinking. I don't have enough. Oh no, what if I don't get it on time? What if, what if? Always to the negative. I say I want loving relationships, but internally, we may still be saying yes to unworthiness. You see, the law hears the deeper pattern. This is why awareness matters so much. How we use our words, whether we're thinking or speaking them or writing them, right? What matters is that inner pattern. That's what the law hears. And it responds to the inner agreement. This is why we want to, really expand our awareness. Every repeated thought becomes a silent yes. Every belief becomes permission. Every inner sentence becomes instruction. So the universe is saying, yes, more of that. Well, it's not punishment, it is lawfulness. And lawfulness is good news. Because what has been created through thought can be recreated through thought. So even if, something happens that's kind of negative that you've been, hoping would never come your way, and boom, here it is. Well, sit back and go, what do I want instead? And begin to explore that inner self, that inner part of you, so that you might begin to manifest that which you truly desire, not that which has just shown up. So, have you ever had one of those mornings where the very first thing you think is, oh no, here we go? And somehow through the day, everything seems to echo that thought. Traffic is frustrating. Emails are heavy. People seem so short-tempered. The whole day feels like proof that life is against you. Anybody ever have a day like that? I know I have. Not recently, but I've definitely had them. But really, what the law simply said is yes to the tone you set at the beginning. Oh no, I gotta get through this day, right? Well, that's what the universe responds to. So now imagine beginning with something beautiful is unfolding today, hopping out of bed, feeling excited. Well, suddenly the same world can feel different. You notice kindness, you notice opportunities, you notice support. Same world, different inner original, a different printout, right? See, we're living, we're living our lives, and the majority of people on the planet today are looking out here and reacting to it as if it's true. Yeah, but that is not truth. Not capital T truth. That's simply the previous expression of ideas of the collective. What we want to do is remove ourselves from reactionary responses and begin to clearly respond to life in the way that satisfies us in the deepest way. So tonight, I want to gently invite everyone into a moment of honest self-inquiry. Okay, you don't have to tell anybody, but I just want you to think about this. Where in your life have you been unconsciously saying yes to something that no longer serves you? Maybe yes to fear, yes to old stories, yes to self-doubt, yes to exhaustion, yes to believing you must do it all alone. Anybody ever thought those? And what new inner yes is spirit inviting today? Maybe it's yes to healing, yes to trust, yes to joy, yes to enough, yes to the life that is seeking to emerge through you. Imagine that, and I think this is capital T truth. Every single person on the planet is created perfect, whole, and complete. Yes, perfect, whole, and complete. And every single person on the planet, bar none, is unique and special. So, what I'm saying is that each of us come into this life with some little special something, something that we bring, that we're here to give to the family we're born into, to the people who surround us, to the world at large. And by living our purpose, by allowing ourselves to fully express, we actually open up to a divine transformation within our lives. We're not talking hard work here. We're talking about surrender, allowing life to move us in ways that support our highest potential. All right, I'm going to take you into a meditation. And during this time, I want you to just fully relax. I'm going to guide you and lead you, so you don't have to worry about, how long it's going to be. It's not going to be too long. It's just a little brief meditation time. So as you sit comfortably, I invite you to take a deep breath and gently exhale. And again, deep breath. Gently exhale. Allow your body to soften. Allow your shoulders to drop. Let your mind become still. And in the quiet of this moment, become aware of the thoughts you have been most often repeating. Thoughts that seem to come uninvited, but they're there all the time, repeating. I want you to do this without judgment, only with compassion. What have you been saying yes to? Now imagine placing a new original on the glass of consciousness, a new truth, a new belief, a new possibility. Silently affirm, I now say yes to peace. I now say yes to abundance. I now say yes to love. I now say yes to my highest good. I now say yes to my unique nature. I now see how special I am. And I now see how special all of humanity is. Feel that truth settle within you. Know that the law receives it. And the law faithfully says, yes. Yes, my beloved. Take a breath. And as you exhale, gently return to this time and space. And now I'll turn it over to Kathy.
Good evening, everyone. As we prepare for our offering, I invite you to remember that giving is a sacred yes. A yes to this community, a yes to love and action, and a yes to the continuation of this spiritual home. When we give from joy, we affirm abundance and we say yes to the flow of good. We also honor our joy partners, those who support this community through monthly giving. Your ongoing generosity helps sustain Universal Joy Center, allowing us to plan ahead and continue offering meaningful gatherings and programs. With deep gratitude, we celebrate Ruby, Denise, Natasha, Karen, and Reverend Barbara for joining as Joy Partners. If you feel called to become a Joy Partner through monthly giving, simply visit our website at ujoyc.ca, click on Donate, and select Monthly. Thank you for every gift, every presence, and every act of support that keeps this community thriving. And now, if you can please repeat after me. Divine good flows to me and through me now. I am open, worthy, and grateful. There is more than enough for all. I receive with joy and I give with love. And so it is. And the ways you can give are, you can do an e-transfer to admin@ujoyc.ca. You can click donate on our website at ujoyc.ca, or you can mail a check to Universal Joy Center. And you know, we have many opportunities for you to join us. Our theme this month, as Barbara mentioned, is Awakening into Possibility. Be sure to join us each week as we take this topic deeper. And we have a new 8-week class coming up, starting tomorrow, You Can Heal Your Life. And it runs from 7 to 9 p.m. And please register today if you plan on attending, because I believe we only have 2 openings left for this online program. And in addition, I want to give a quick mention to a mystery night fundraiser we're having. And it is a Who Murdered Veronica Falcone? You can come and work with other people, solve the cold case, work as a team, win prizes. So you can invite your friends and your family to join you. And it is in person. And if you go to our website, you will see, get all the information regarding that. And all classes and events and general information can be found on the website at ujoyc.ca, plus the link to our Wednesday Joy Gatherings. For those of you who are watching on Facebook or YouTube, thank you for joining us this evening, and please like, share, and subscribe. Also, join us in the Zoom room now if you would like to ask questions, meet other members, or simply enjoy some conversation. The link is in the chat. And now Barbara will do a closing treatment.
Thank you, Kathy. So let us join together in consciousness as we close off this part of our service this evening. Within the infinite and the absolute, there is life, there is possibility. And as I take a breath, I remind myself of my oneness with all life everywhere. I remind myself of this beginning point, this place of possibility and awakening. And I pay attention to that inner urge. I listen. And I respond with positive, productive ideas and thoughts. I listen and I bring those thoughts forward. I use them diligently, creatively, and constantly, expanding the awareness I have that this universe is a place of love. That love truly is the way to move through it, to be the presence we were created to be. So I breathe into that. And I open my heart to it, and I allow myself to see the good that is within me and the good that is there to express and accept. Life really is a glorious adventure, a beautiful opportunity, an expansive opportunity. So I choose here and now to live to the fullest, to laugh, to play, to converse, to share. I choose to give my gifts into the world without hesitation or reservation. And for this, I'm deeply and profoundly grateful. I'm grateful for this moment. I'm grateful for the gifts that have come to us. I'm grateful for each person present here. I'm grateful for all of the opportunities moving ahead for us to be together, to share in person or online, and to recognize the divinity within each and every one. So with gratitude and grace, filled with love and peace and joy, I release this into the law. It is done, and together we say, and so it is.